Yo, what's up, Highlight? No problem. You're not bothering me. And have fun training your horses. How is that game, by the way? I saw some friend playing it, but unfortunately don't really have the time to get into it myself. If out of IG and I needed to, so we don't have it. Yeah, I feel like since it's like from what I've seen, it's like the training part is active, but then when they race, it is like basically RNG. You have some strategy, but you don't really have a way to affect the course of the race as it goes on. Yeah, so yeah, that's interesting. like I feel like if it wasn't RNG, it would have been a completely different game. But at the same time, this like ties mostly into like I don't know, like basically horse betting, like in real life. Just like you don't necessarily put money into it, just train your horse. I'm sure there are plenty of ways to put money into the game though. As with all gachas. Depending on how much you train, you can get skills that can affect the way the race goes, and depending on how you go start ways, but yeah, a lot of RNG. Yeah. That's nice. The interesting part is that it seems as if like the game has been taking the world by storm. Like everyone's playing it. Content creators, people, everyone, basically. Okay, it's gonna be big, but I never thought this big. Yeah, everyone is talking about it. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how that went. Maybe like a lot of content creators are being paid to play it, like sponsored to play it, and then since it's all over the place, it's kind of hard to escape. I mainly thought it wouldn't be this big because of like the old stereotype of making anything into cute anime girls, and like the general public not really being too interested in that. But I guess the horse betting aspect, maybe that's that draws many people into it that wouldn't have otherwise been into that stuff. Look at my joint, I'm going to get all the policing in. Yeah, do it. So what do you mean by get it back out? It seems like you stashed the hell out of it. Like, is it in some attic under 50 boxes? Yes, I made my one actually. None of the plugs or anything else set up right now. Yeah. I mean, usually what happens to me, like I'm kinda, as you can see from the webcam, I'm on this big Cintiq, and usually like it's a monitor, and usually it's popped up right next to my other monitor. It's on a stand, on an arm, I guess, a monitor arm, and sometimes I just get too lazy to just pull it towards me. So in that case I use my mouse, which is dumb because then it just takes way more time to do the same thing. So yeah, it's a weird type of procrastination. It like makes sense in the moment, but then you just put like 10x more time into it, and like 100x more frustration because like using the mouse is way different than using a stylus. It did like result in a good artwork once at least. Usually it's for small things, but one time I got really carried away. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I shared it before, but maybe you didn't know it was done with the mouse. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. It's this one. Oh wait, you can see it. Hold on. Let's see. Let me figure this shit out. Streaming, man. Let's see. Well, I technically can't either, but since like I know what I wanna achieve, like I have some image of it, it's just like it's a lot of back and forth. Like you'd make a line, you control the like way more than you would with the stylus, and then like I make a longer line than needed, and then erase like 60% of it, and then do another line that continues it until I get what I want. It's a lot of like overshooting and making shitty lines, but eventually with enough erasing and transforming, you can get what you want. It just sucks. Let's see. Okay, so I need to path to it. Can I drag and drop it? Is that a thing? Yo, that's a thing. Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, so this was done with the mouse, and it took way longer than it should have taken. It makes sense. I don't have the patience for that, so I can't. Yeah, again, I don't have the patience for that either. It's just like it's like a sunk cost thing. Like I start by being lazy, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm you know, the momentum is already going, so just gonna keep at it. Just dumb. Don't do it. I mean, it's better than not doing anything, I guess. But yeah. It's nice, thank you. I can follow me even though the mouse, it can be more. Yeah. Yeah, no. Bad idea. Right now I'm fighting myself to create a decent background. I usually never do backgrounds. Like this is something I want to practice. I want to get better at background art. But like as much as I'm better at normal background art, this is like on an extreme level because I have certain parameters I need to meet, and I want the background to be like, since this is going for a game, I want to have some parallax effect in the background and stuff like that, which makes it much harder to plan around. And then like the further thing is like just to make the concept of parallax clear in case you don't know what it means. The things closer to you move faster. It's like when you're in a car and then like the poles or like the road itself moves really fast, but if you look far away, like the trees move really slowly in comparison. So in this case, you can see that like the mountains and stuff in the background, I don't need to make them fit the entire section of the level. I just need them to be way shorter because they won't move. But then it's like hard to visualize other things next to it, like these hills. I know they're right against the sky, and yeah, I just hope. I really don't have much time to do like as much as I want with it. Usually I put too much work in anyway, but right now because it's a game jam, I have less than 4 days left. I think I got being too repetitive when it comes to doing background. I don't know if you feel you start doing the same trees and stuff over and bigger the background. Yeah, I get it. I think anything that's that's somewhat organic is hard, and like it's hard in itself to just make a tree that looks convincing, and then like you need to make 50 more that look unique in some way. Yeah, that's I struggle with that too. of my biggest issues. One day though, one day I'll get good at it. For right now, I'm very pleased with the sky. I don't know how I did it. Somehow happened. And it started off really ugly. And then I just kept moving colors around. And yeah, pretty cool. The designer is one of my favorite looks. Yeah, so the idea is that this fight takes place in a corpse field. You can see from the reference, which I moved to other things, but yeah, this is about the vibe I wanted to go with. Started with this character being Kenku, which is like a humanoid beard thing, crow, I guess. And then like from there it just it spiraled, and I wanted a scarecrow and then like a corpse field. That's basically where scarecrows are placed. And like at sunset, that's a classic look, very dramatic, the orange lighting and the blue shadows. I thought it would make for a cool aesthetic for this fight. That song sounds crazy. Madoka first for a bit. I actually haven't seen the show. I believe it though. It reminded me of a talk from Tsukihime. But no one has read that VN, so probably tells you nothing. This also sounds very anime. Just became Naruto. Let's see. Actually, not the way it is on the font. Oh, Highlight, I wanted to ask, how is the mic quality? Is it good? Like, my mic is nice, but I had friends tell me in the last week that my mic quality isn't great. Okay. Like, I didn't have much time to mess around with stream stuff. I just wanted to do it because of the jam. I need to focus on that. Can't really manage too much logistics for streaming right now. So it's probably not the best quality, but it works. Gets the job done. It picks up right now a tiny bit, one thing that matters more. Oh. Interesting. Let's see. Can lower the input volume a little bit. Is this better? No, probably a bit quieter. I can make my volume higher, but okay. I'll pick my volume up from OBS instead of the mic. Let's see. Is this better? Am I much louder? I guess it by 5 decibels. I don't know if I can hear it. I'll pick it up just a bit more. That's it. Thank you for man. I'm sorry for disturbing you during your gaming session. Gotta take care of the horses. Okay. Gotcha. Shouldn't be slanted this way because it has wheels. Let's fix that. Just Mission Impossible music at this point. Beat Danganronpa actually too. Now it's being attached. Maybe I'll actually combine two designs. Oh yeah, I got it yesterday. That's another thing I really like about Clip Studio. You have the marketplace. You just have many things people already made. It's like downloading Photoshop brushes, but in an organized place. I did pay for one of them, but I got the bunch of other ones for free. Saves a ton of time. Oh yeah, do you have Clip Studio Paint? I'll show you how it looks. Basically, you can do it from the browser, but also if you open Clip Studio, not Clip Studio Paint, you can get to the marketplace from there, and then it's a little bit more straightforward to download the stuff like it's in the software. And when it's in the browser, it needs to communicate with it. Give me a second. See. Assets, my bad. So you get a bunch of stuff. It can be pre-made images, it can be color palettes, it can be brushes, it can be like models, because you have 3D in that program. See, like an entire cinema. You get for 30 clippy points now. The token system is a bit convoluted, but it's pretty affordable. Oh yeah. I mean, I was also not used to that before moving into Clip Studio, and I still most of the time don't use it, but a lot of assets I got are like from here. So let's say I looked for, let's see, oh wait, it added so many more things. See, I like searched for reed, and then I got a bunch of brushes. Yeah. This is for free, for example. And you open the page, people tend to like add examples from their own art with like recommendations that are similar, and then you just click here to download, and it communicates with the software and you get it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. It's a bit much. See, this one just sends a tree into the canvas and it has different variations, it seems. Like I wouldn't use this thing for close-up elements, but I think it more than gets the job done for stuff that's farther away. Yeah, it can help, but like again, it can create samey looking, elements. So you need to really figure out the correct way to use it. Like it's good for stuff for really far away, for like bunches of things. If you say a mountain that's covered with trees, like this stuff in the background, I just carved out manually. But like instead, I could take this brush, for example, or this one, make it really small, and then like make a silhouette of a mountain like that. And then like use this one as well, just to create some variation. And then bam. Usually it's worse for stuff that's close up because you need to, like it's not a flat shade, in this case of black. So you'd have to go in and maybe with a different brush, create like leafage, like the lighting of it, to make it look more like a real thing. Something like this. Yeah. I think this stuff is super important for digital art because like when you do traditional, you can basically, like since the brush is it's organic, it has the hairs, you can deform it and make more interesting shapes. And if you don't use like interesting shapes for your digital brushes, it all looks the same. They're like, what would you say? Very sharp, very mechanical. Yeah. Get tired of the screen. Let's go from the beginning.
about having more trees.
Guess I'm hallucinating. Come on.
Starting to look like something.
Well, back to this. It's hard getting good non-copyright music. Whoa. Excuse me. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for hopping by and providing me with some company. Have fun at work. Should go there. That sounds like Toho.
should wait. Let's do this.
Hi Horizons, what's up? It's okay. It's not like I stream regularly or something. I appreciate you hopping by. Hopefully I didn't miss you. Like going to take a piss. Get back to it in a moment. Shall we give me more, like 5 minutes? I'll be back. Sorry, Horizons, are you still here? Just came back. So, yeah, you asked how often do I do art for video games. So basically never. I made like one prototype for a VN, or for a visual novel. And this one is for a game jam I'm doing with my friends. So I'm I'm trying my best to figure this shit out. Usually I don't really do background art at all. I'm more of a character artist, and I'm kind of struggling. Yeah, this is like the health bar is stolen, but this is about what it's gonna look like. You can see in the reference I'm looking to make some crops filled in the sunset. I think it's gonna make for cool lighting in the scene, like the fight. So, professionally, I'm a software engineer, so I wanted to get to coding, to actually coding for this game, and I probably won't make it. Maybe during the weekend if I finish this stage and the sprites. I don't know if I will, so my other team members are gonna have to take care of it. Backgrounds were a struggle for me. I mean, you've seen the growth. I mean, from just getting into code background section environments takes a lot of time, but it's so much. Yeah, definitely. I really wanted to get into it for the longest time, especially like anime style backgrounds. They have this particular look to them. But I also want to learn how to do it like on paper, physically. So I got poster paints, which is what they use in the industry. But I didn't really have time to dive too deep into it. There's always so much going on. I'm happy I got to like attempt this game jam with my friends. Although at this point, I'm not sure I'm gonna have like enough time to get it to a playable state. You know, we're trying our best. Hopefully we do. Alright, let's get the music going again. Why did it stop it? So what are your goals currently in our journey horizons? Anything specific? Oh. Yeah. The last message before that was about backgrounds being a struggle. I don't know if there was another one in between. Actually, the chat is supposed to be on stream, but for some reason it's not showing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. Now it works. Now you can see which messages you sent and that actually arrived. Shit streamer, still figuring shit out. I was in the middle of working on that stuff, so... My goal this weekend is to work on foreshortening and line weight. I don't plan on doing any real pieces at the moment. Yeah, fair enough. Gotta do those from time to time. I wonder if... Does the sky look shit, like very pixelated on stream? Looks weird on my preview. Like it is sharpened on purpose, but maybe it looks kinda weird. Let's see. I guess it looks fine. Maybe I get the non-sharpened version then. Assuming I still have one. No, I adjusted the colors of only the... Shit. Well. Does this look any different from afar? Not really. I'm not gonna mess with it, I don't have the time for that. My art goals are still the same, figure out my online art style. I just don't have one. Okay. Yeah. Keep in mind that you don't necessarily need to have one, but yeah. Like I said before, I think there's some difference between line art style and like the artist's personal touch. For different pieces you can do like varying types of line art, but at the end of the day there is something extra, the flow, the energy, that you might just be able to look at an artist's line art and maybe deduce that it's theirs, even like if it's two different things. If you're familiar with Naoki Urasawa, the guy that wrote the mangaka for Monster and 20th Century Boys, he has a show, a documentary show called Man Ben, about making manga, where he goes out and films manga artists from the industry as they work, like on real stuff, and then he interviews them and they talk about the process after. And they have this term, it's called pentachi, which is basically like, yeah, the artist's touch with the pen, the nature of the lines they put down. It's not necessarily the line weight. Line weight is part of it, but there's more to it. It was interesting to see that concept be explored and like mentioned by a professional. Looks terrible, can do what I think. I would put sales piece in paste on this draft, but when I try to ink with G pens or microns, it was over not fun to mess. Yeah, well, we can take some comfort in that, knowing that this is not like something people are just good at. I also find it to be fairly complex, and especially like getting confident at putting ink down on your pencils is that's a very hard thing in itself, and then like controlling G pens and stuff is also very difficult. I would personally recommend, if you really like aim to get good at that, you can use a light box and then ink on a separate piece of paper. That's usually something I do. And another thing you can do is like scan your line art, your pencil sketches, and then you have it as like backup, so you aren't as afraid to mess things up. Stuck and I'm having is what Dave's connected to the torso, so I need to study my anatomy books some more. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm not like, my anatomy is far from perfect. Still have a long way to go. Like, I'm at a point where I can spot visual issues with anatomy fairly easily on my artworks and on other people's artworks. But when it comes to producing it myself, I don't have like a methodical approach to it. So I kind of like, I go by perspective and mess around until it looks nice and until it makes sense. But ideally, at the end of the day, I would want it to be a more deliberate process where I know like, okay, this muscle has this look from this whatever angle, so I'm gonna aim towards that instead of like general shapes and flow. And then like, what if something doesn't make sense, I change it. I want it to make sense like off the get-go. That's where I'm at personally. But like, if you were to join, like, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I worked on this, and there isn't much of the body on here. Like, even getting the shoulder and hand in the correct position where it looks like his whole torso is tilted, as if he's walking, like the hands are rocking back and forth, but he's like power walking. So I wanted to capture that. Yeah, that's the same character from my profile, and he's gonna be the player character in the game I'm working on right now. His name is Mume. He was originally designed to be a D&D character in a campaign I was supposed to play with friends, but it didn't actually get done for different reasons. And yeah, also this other Crow character is an original character I made for another friend that was supposed to play in that same campaign. Let me get the reference for it. It's up there. That's the design I made for him originally. Like, he obviously made the character in the specs, and he gave me general, I guess, pointers for the design, but that's what I made for him. I wanted to save time on creating new characters for this game, so I just used existing ones. Also, kind of basically my quote-unquote brand, Mumei Works, is based on this on my original character Mumei, so I want to integrate him into different things. Also, I'm going to attempt to integrate Kirika and Fuyumi as well into this. I have some ideas. Let's see, well, what was it? No. Wait, is it done storyboards already? No. What was it called? This one maybe? Yeah. So I was playing around with like the vibe of the game at first, and I thought of making like Kirika and Fuyumi present the game mechanics to the player as if they are also like outside of the game reality. So it won't be weird they are breaking the fourth wall in that way. Yeah. If the original character has been drawn, I can figure out how my other MCU looks, and the villain I only have sketches of, but I can pick what I like more. You see. I also don't have many original characters at all. Like Kirika and Fuyumi were made for Shadow originally. Mumei is basically the only, unless I'm forgetting one, is basically the only original character I made for myself. I'm like not a writer, so I don't look to write characters. Usually, I don't know if it's considered a character, but sometimes I'll just sketch something out and like end up with a unique looking, character. But I don't like consider them my OC. It's just a random drawing. Actually, yeah, I guess I made the character design for a lead character in the visual novel demo thing I worked on, prototype. Let's see if I can fetch I shared it like a few years ago on Shadow server. I think that was before you joined. Before I thought you were talking in the art channel. I've been reading up on writing a lot. Hirohiko Araki's book on writing shonen is really interesting. Yeah, I have that book. I read most of it, I didn't finish it off. I bought it and read it over and over and take notes. Yeah. It's a really good one. When I saw that he released it, I had to get it as well. That was like, I don't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, when I was more deep into wanting to become a mangaka. Not exactly there anymore, but yeah, I'll probably finish that book sometime. It has valuable information regardless. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can get graphics that look nice. Wait, actually. Where the hell did I put it? Desktop. Oh yeah. Did I not? What the hell did I do with it? Hold on. Let's see. I definitely want to be a mangaka, but I'm not ready. More to learn and more hard work to go. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. I think for me the reason I abandoned that goal somewhat is that it's a very grueling job. It's very hard, very demanding. You get barely any sleep. I mean, unless you are self-published, I guess that's a bit different. But again, if you want to make a chapter every week, every month, that's a lot of work. For some reason, I'm really struggling to find the images I was looking for. I guess I can just show other things. This is her, the way on stream. So this is another case where I didn't make, like I didn't write the character. This visual novel was based on a local story that was written by someone else. I just used it as my, like as a basis for my final year project for the degree. Oh, here. I made another version for her tonight. Can barely see it, it's so bright. And I got some illustrations as well. I'll show one and then get back to working. Yes. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with how she came out. Seemed like people also liked her, the people I got to play test the game. I've been considering turning short animations I've seen and like into manga just for practice. I have an entire storyboard for one already. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's a good idea. I'm also working on an animation. I mean, I've been working on it for a long time. Again, for different circumstances, I haven't made as much progress as I want to. I might get the storyboard for it in a moment. What the language is so good. Yeah, I really like that actually. Super dramatic. I don't know. Like I just pulled that off. I don't know exactly how I did that. Let's see. I don't know what's the best way to share this. Maybe I should just share the image preview. Hold on. So the storyboard for it is complete for the most part. I just have to actually move to the animation side of things. Like it's done with timing and everything already. And I have made an animatic from it. I just need to make a few more adjustments and get it going. Yeah. Yeah, I put a lot of work into it. Also put a lot of work into making the template, something I find like that fits my needs. Okay. What is this? I'm lost in my thumbnails. What is that one? How long have you been doing this for? Art in general? Or like the storyboard? Art in general. Well, technically, I started drawing when I was 5, so that was 21 years ago. My uncle used to draw a lot of Dragon Ball, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. That was me at 5, but yeah, obviously it wasn't serious. I was a kid. I got really interested in the technical aspect of anime and manga production when I was like 13, 14, something like that. That's when like I really started doing research and looking for material. But back then, that was what, 2012, 2013. The internet wasn't as like full of info as it is today, with a lot of documentaries and stuff like that of people that are actually in the industry. Like for foreigners, it was pretty hard to get that info. And I think when I was so let me get this in order. So I really wanted to be an artist for a long time, but you know the general consensus is that you can't really make a living off of art and all that, especially where I'm from, very small place, not much art to do. So that's when I got into programming. And that's like I was set on making that my job. But then like 2017 was it? I think, yeah, October of 2017 I hopped onto Shadow's stream for the first time, like after watching him on YouTube for like 4 years at that point, 3 years. And I really needed an emote, and I made one for him, just randomly. Not other 2 people did. He liked mine the best. And from there I started doing some work for him, and I realized you can make some money at least off of art. And my goals changed. I was in the middle of the degree, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do art as well. So if you asked like seriously, I started taking it more seriously in 2017. Before that it was very, very casual. Like I wanted to get better and improve, and I did make some jump between like when I was 13 and when I was 18. But again, I was like busy studying programming and like doing well in school. I was also a team captain for a volleyball team, and yeah, I didn't really have much time to put into it. And then The degree also like consumed a lot of my time, so I had some like spare time to work on stuff. The final year project, the one I just showed you, the visual novel, was like finally a time I could dedicate to art specifically, and like it served both goals, both the like programming or degree and the art at the same time. But then I went into my military service for like 3.5 years. I just finished basically a few months ago. That was also a time where I couldn't really do much. And yeah, like I think with that amount of years you can like be at least like 5 times beyond my skill level, but I didn't really have the time for it, unfortunately, as much as I would have liked to. I'm from Israel. Yeah, it's it's pretty complicated, and you have to serve in the military, so that immediately ate away like 3 years of my life. Also where my weird accent comes from. I'll get to reading your message in a second. I've been knowing my whole life, not well. I didn't seriously get into it until 2023. Hold on. Always since I'm in a call with friends, you can't hear them, so I'll get back to reading your message after I speak to them for a moment. Okay, let's see. Not well, I didn't seriously get into it until 2023, so I'm way behind everyone else, but I've gotten pretty far in just 2 years, I feel. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, generally, unless you have a very specific goal to make it by X age, I think it's totally fine. You can start as late as you want. I think the passion to create art is ageless. And I'm also always happy when someone gets into it. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my art, which has experience, so I can keep listening with my skin off. Nice. Okay, gotcha. Welcome, Horizon's alter ego. Also, I'm sorry I had to disappear in the middle. Like I said, I'm in a Discord call with my team members. Just like they don't want to be on stream, so obviously I didn't put the sound from that into it. I get it. I used to work for a streamer named Bay Soldier and would be in calls with him, and I didn't want to be heard either. Yeah. Actually, I I was like giving out tips to Shadow one time. He was like interested in learning to draw as well, and like I had to chat with him. It was actually he didn't want me on a call. He was like worried. It's worried in general that people in voice calls will say inappropriate things on stream and get him into trouble. Not that I would do anything like that, but you know I get the sentiment generally. But it was a hassle to like both draw and then leave the keyboard every time to type out like a sentence and a half every time I wanted to point something out. I'm fine with being on YouTube and on Twitch now since I have my own channel, but back then when I was the guy working behind the scenes I felt being on screen too soon. Yeah, that's fine. I still find it weird to like be on stream, but you know, you get used to it. I used to stream back in the day, like 2018, 2019 I think, for a bit. I would draw Shadow stuff and play some Overwatch. But I had to stop because I just didn't have the time for it, and then the military and all that. I used to be an editor as a second job, but I don't care much for it anymore with the homogenization of editing on YouTube. Everyone wants to have their videos edited like MrBeast and lost interest. Yeah, I did notice that there is some trend that like all the sounds, all the like cuts, the things they put emphasis on, everything is very samey and boring. So I can understand. Gonna munch on some food. So this is gonna be a very extended break. If you wanna talk about stuff, this is the time. After I finish eating, I'm gonna attack this painting head on. gonna put some YouTube video on, so I'm gonna mute. Don't want to get people mad at me. I mean, I'm gonna mute the music thing this time, but my mic is gonna be on, so I'll still read your messages and respond. I already liked manga and anime. I was already doing graphic design for logos and editing for YouTube and Twitch, so I left editing, took my time, and decided to learn manga, anime, art, style art. That's pretty cool. It's a good backstory of reasons. Oh. I don't like how on YouTube you watch one video and then your entire feed is fucked up. It's really annoying. After work, I work at a job in the afternoon/night. I enjoy the job in the morning. It's not very fun, but oh well. I get to allow to be one day. Yeah, you're working like 2 jobs, or one is like, damn, that's crazy. Sort of work, man. It's almost like the military service where you don't really have free time at all. Yeah, I've worked 2 jobs for 4 years. It was all to pay for college out of pocket, which I did, and I'm done with my degree. Nice. However, now I want to be able to get a house out of pocket with no loans. Good goal, man. Are you an American? Some Americans who was a full-time student and full-time employee at 2 places, and the commissions working for Twitch YouTube. It was a tough time. Yeah, well, your fucking college system is so, or college or uni, it's so fucking expensive. I mean, it's not subsidized over here, like in some European countries where you don't pay at all, but it's much, much cheaper. Like, I heard like in America some colleges cost you like what, 100k a year or something. Like even if it's for the entire degree, I guess maybe a year is a bit too much. But if it's for the entire degree, that's about let's see. So here it's like usually around 12k of our currency a year. So for a 4-year degree, that's $60,000. No dollars. That's 60,000 of our currency, which is about, I don't know, $18,000 for the entire degree. That's pretty much normal. Like some places cost more, but I don't think it surpasses $25k for like the entire degree. Your housing situation is much cheaper though. Paying about 20,000 a year, which is definitely a lot for 18-year-old, and even the terms I didn't have to pay for them. Yeah, that's crazy. For me, it was like 3k a year. Dollars. That's nuts. Yeah, that's a lot for an 18-year-old. Like it's generally so affordable that even soldiers get to, like in some circumstances, get their degree throughout their service, and like how do you call it? Military salary is like not even minimum wage. It's like a third. It used to be even less. Get any scholarships or family help? Come from a poor family, just wanted to be the first one to succeed and so far, I guess. Good job, man. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's not a simple thing to do. Like I don't come from like a poor family, but we're not rich either. I think we're like average. Their generation started off pretty poor though. They already climbed up decently. So well, I didn't get to have like anything I wanted, or like probably not even close to that. I wasn't like struggling. I was doing fine. But yeah, I mean, like every expense like that, like college is insane. But yeah, like I said, maybe take some comfort in that your housing situation is much cheaper. You pay at least like 3 times more here for the same house. It's crazy. Why have poor dusty shoes, some good life lessons I have to prepare for being an adult. I like to talk like a victim because I'm really not. Everyone is out at some point. Yeah. I mean, it's not just comparatively, like, it's not like the best thing to talk about. I think it's a mindset. Like, if you drown in that feeling of being a victim, I think, like, you're probably gonna be worse off. Gotta look upwards. It's not like you're doing well, even if it requires you to work hard. Like, usually when I consider stuff like that, I think that like you end up much stronger by the end of it. You can you'll be unfazed by whatever kind of labor, and like even more than that, you'll just be able to enjoy your life by doing less. You wouldn't need to like chase some extreme goals just to like feel fulfilled. Like whatever you do after your like very ambitious goals, you work a single job and you just feel really good because it's normal life. and like just the drop in intensity is enough to make a big change. I'm always working to do better, and it's working. Yeah. It's very similar for me, like with the military service. Like everyone knows you gotta do it. Like you finish high school and then you just go. I enlisted in some special program that lets me get my degree before my military service, but it's not for free. You need to sign more years in advance. In my case, it was 3 years more. So totaling up to about 6 years. Add the 4 years of degree to that, and you get like a 10-year path. It's pretty tough, especially because the military pay is very, very low. Like even once you finish your what do you call that? Your mandatory duty, you become like you essentially sign a contract for work after that, and it's like a normal employment contract. And even then, like at the beginning, you make like, what is it in dollars? Around $3,000 a month. And that's the good part. That's like after doing your mandatory duty, which is for men about 3 years, during which you make, I don't know, $300, $350 a month, which is crazy. Worked for my government, not the military, but the post office. Pretty ass job, but my pay cut, I was cut. And tripled the work without the changes you don't make, so I left that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, that was recently then. If you're saying Elon cut all that stuff, that's when you transfer to like the gym or like your morning job. So the post office was my morning job. Okay, gotcha. And I left it for the insurance place, which is only temporary for me. Okay. What do you plan on switching to? Or like, do you mean that it's temporary until you like get a certain amount of cash from that job, and then you can work only the other job? I'm applying for real career at different universities as an administrative worker. So just apply to work at the library, not use my degree and have a career, so I don't need to do the jobs. Fair enough. What did you major in? Major is public affairs and minor in history. So what exactly is public affairs? I don't think I've heard the term before, but I don't I wonder what its local name is, like the term here. Yeah, or if we even have that. Does it have to do with law? So the gift for basically social work for businesses or the government. So, wait, social work for businesses? Is it like the public image of a business, let's say, like something adjacent to marketing, like public perception, or did I get it all wrong? No, it's fine. I just wanna understand what it means. Like I've heard the term public affairs being thrown around. I just never cared enough to actually look into what it means. Oh, I see. Well, finish this bite. So, public affairs basically means like being the an outward facing agent of the company. Like when people want to get in contact with a company, they go like that's something around there. Like without being yeah, like high level spokesperson. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Are there like um, advancement paths in that job? Like, let's say you start in HR. What does it look like to like advance or like get promoted? I only care about my degree. I just speak something I could handle for my bachelor's. I get my master's in something I actually care about. Okay. Do you have any like an idea or I don't know some direction for the masters? Like there's a bunch of things you can do. My life isn't too interesting. It's just work, lift weights, work some more, go home, and learn more about art, watch or read manga anime, or play games and do that all over again. I mean, first of all, it doesn't sound like too uninteresting. I think at the very least it sounds very normal. Um, yeah, I mean, even if it's not, sorry, if it's not that much time, at least you get some time to engage with your hobbies and interests. So it could be worse. Also, I think like working multiple jobs is already kind of interesting. So like doing the same thing every day, all day. Yeah, lifting weights is also cool. Important and cool. Used to do it and haven't done it for like some time now. But yeah, I think that's a pretty normal life cycle. I think people that don't live life in that format are like very few and far between. It's usually, what do you say? It's very specific jobs or fields, like an actor or something. But even they have schedules too for filming and all that. You just make a lot of money and like at the same amount of time we work and make like a fraction of that. I mean, you work at the gym for free memberships, and my goal is to rebuild like all mine. Good goal. Near full of lifting, and the goal is definitely getting one nice. Yeah. Been going at it for years. God damn. Strike me as a very consistent person. Like working multiple jobs that you aren't really interested in, and then they like 4 years of working out 4 years. That's a really good trait. It's going to help you for sure. Good for how to. For art. Quite a lot of dedication and consistency. Something I didn't really have. Like I had the will, I just didn't have the capability. I used to kill myself into 6 days a week, full body, because I didn't know what I was doing. Like I got help after the first year from people who worked here with me, and they told me, yeah. When I started, I also like when you're you're young. I don't exactly know how old you are, but I assume you started like 18 or something. Maybe before. I went to the gym for the first time when I was 14. And God knows I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it with a group of friends, and eventually we've gotten into some forums on the internet, and that's where we got some guidance. And then like some of them paid for like the gym trainers to like provide them with some plan. And we leached off of them. And yeah. Actually also, like, I worked out for some time when I was 14, but I took it seriously for the first time when I was 16 or so. I had a big gap in between. And then I was also killing myself in the beginning, but not like doing 6 days of full body. I think I was doing like 3 days a week, but I was doing a simple strength program, if you know about it. It's where each like week you increase your weight by 5 kilos. No, by 10 kilos. Like you do all the compound stuff like deadlift, squats, military presses, bench, whatever. And then every week you increase the weight by 10 kilos, which is crazy. And then only when you fail, you cut the increased weight per week by half. And that shit was intense. Am I being choppy for you? Is the stream going on? I got some warning. Poor connection. Yeah, 23. Nice. So I'm only 3 years older than you, man. Used to be too scared to bench, deadlift, and squats. I only did machine lifting for 2 years before I gained some balls. Yeah, I don't know what compelled us as kids to do these insane things. Like at 16 I got to, actually I can only think in kilos, but I guess it's about like half of what it is in pounds. So at 16 I got to 200 pounds squat, something like that, and then 270 deadlift. My bench is low because my shoulder is fucked. But yeah, like two of my friends did get like hurt doing that. They were doing their squats wrong. They would stop. No, I think I disconnected for a second. Okay, that's good you understand metric. I don't know how common that is with Americans though. Like I don't understand the imperial system. Like I get pounds somewhat because it's easy. But like, distances and lengths, that's fucked up. I don't get why you'd want to walk in like these fractions. Like 8th, 16th. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't get it. What else is kind of weird? Degrees are also kind of weird. I think it's very what's the word for that? I think it's very intuitive to consider 0 degrees being like the freezing point of water and 100 degrees being the boiling point of water. I think that really helps put things in perspective and get the arbitrary numbers in Fahrenheit. I don't even know what 0 Fahrenheit even means. Like, what's the reference? Nobody thought that I just figured it out with my own time research. Good for you, man. I mean, it's an like a disagreement as all this time, but I think I don't know. Generally, I think people can agree that the metric system is way more, at the very least, straightforward and intuitive. I mean, you grow up like getting an intuitive understanding of whatever system your society uses, but that's still weird. Just makes more sense, but Americans are so stuck in their ways they'll never change. Yeah. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, I'm speaking on Discord. I'll get back to this time in a moment. Just like team members pop in and out, like we discuss some stuff. So I'll be with you. Okay, I'm back. Let's get this shit going. Man, what's going on with my internet? Hopefully it's fine now. If there's some daycare kids for maybe it's okay to watch 5 10 minutes of the day, that's fine. Good luck. My stream connection is all fucked up anyways.
What?